allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll do roll call. Myers, here. Rushmore, here. Imhoff, here. Burnwell, Clark is here. Y'all should have a copy of the agenda. Since we're all here, we can add things to the agenda. Being that this is a special meeting, we all have to be here if we want to do that, but I don't have anything to add. Does anyone else? I will just make a quick announcement that our planning commission, the seat that will be opening up when Phil Morrow's term is up, we have posted that position. It's on the website, an application, and also just kind of a basic list of responsibilities. So if you know anybody that may be interested, please direct them there. But anyways, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there support for that?
I support it.
Motion's been made and supported to approve the agenda. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Public comment on agenda items only. Anybody have anything?
Jamie Snyder, Cato Township. If I remember correctly, this is in regards to the Foster Swift thing, and as a Cato citizen, I agree with us supporting them and what they are requesting and possibly joining teams with them. So I just wanted to give my support as a citizen.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the first public comment and go into our new business. The first item is our KCI prepaid postage. So we get a proposal every year from KCI out of Grand Rapids, who mails out our tax bills, and there's a portion for them to actually do that service, and then there's a portion that's just for the postage, and they do require that to be prepaid, and that looks like Dutch provided the proposal here. It's $1,249.14, and we'd like to get approval for Dutch to get that paid so that the tax bills can be processed and sent out on time for the winter 2024. So is there a motion to approve the payment of the prepaid postage?
I make a motion to approve the payment of the prepaid postage to KCI.
Is there support on that?
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there further discussion? We'll do roll call. Burnwell?
Yes.
Imhoff?
Yep.
Rushmore?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Clark Hubbard, yes. Motion passes. And next item on the agenda is in response to the letter that we had received the day of our last meeting from our law firm Foster Swift regarding some recommendations that they have as far as their clients throughout the state. They have indicated that they will be filing a lawsuit related to PA 233. This relates in particular to a recently issued order from the Michigan Public Service Commission, or MPSC, which our attorney says that order adopted a very narrow definition of a compatible renewable energy ordinance, aka a CREO, which is what the Planning Commission has been working on these past months, and we voted on as a board to adopt at our last meeting. Our law firm disagrees with the MPSC's interpretation of the definition of a CREO and says that their interpretation would further limit local input on renewable energy development in townships. They do not feel it is consistent with the statute. First thing, I do just want to clarify that at the last meeting, I just got that letter and I had incorrectly referred to that as a class action lawsuit. It is not a class action lawsuit. It is an appeal with multiple plaintiffs. I did speak to the attorney on the phone, and she said that their goal is to get as many plaintiffs as they can. She said their goal was 50, but it sounds like they're well on their way to, meeting and even exceeding that. They also have, several counties that are contributing money toward legal costs, for the appeal. There was an article in the paper on that recently. As you'll note in the original letter, the more municipalities that join, the less cost for each municipality involved, and also the more weight to the appeal. So I asked our attorney what the estimated cost was. She said they're estimating anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 per municipality. Again, the more they get, the more that number is affected. If this is something the board wants to pursue, she did provide language for a motion that could be made, which I printed and provided to you guys. And I did ask her if we could put a spending cap in that language, and she said absolutely. And she said if it turns out that they were asking for additional contributions, that the board, we wouldn't be obligated to contribute from that max, if we put a maximum in there, that we would have to, as a board, authorize any additional spending. There is a potential second alternative, which would be to just contribute money to the lawsuit and not be a named plaintiff, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose of adding weight to the appeal. And I did also ask her, in the event that a developer were to submit an application while the appeal is ongoing, what would we do? And she said that the township would still treat our current ordinances as governing. So she did say that. So, that being said, like I said, I provided, if this is something that the board wants to pursue, she did provide pretty simple motion language. We would just have to decide, and I added the bold part about spending limit. We would just have to decide what dollar amount we would want to spend up to. I think in our budget, we did have some savings on our road projects, which we use our general operating funds for our roads. It's not restricted money. So savings could, in theory, be moved to the legal expense line in our budget. So I think we could either do that. We have some other new revenue that has come in as far as kind of just some odds and ends stuff. We got our election reimbursement check. We've got that little unclaimed so we've got, or fund balance, we've got options. It's not gonna break the bank here. So I guess I'm just looking for input and feedback from the board and what you guys, what you think.
I talked to some community members, and they are 100% for this. They want us as a board to become part of this. So I'm 100% for that. If they're saying 3,000 to 5,000, I say let's go 5. That way they're not coming back to us and telling us where we're at. And I can honestly tell you, I know Cedar Springs, they have contacted somebody who's contacted me and was very interested to get more information on that. So other than just the name, I sent them, and they're gonna run with it, and they're gonna call them themselves. But there's a couple of townships over in that area over in Cedar Springs and Oklahoma that are going to be part of this too.
Okay.
But I'm definitely, I'm all for this.
Well, I feel this exact same way. I think we should go with the $5,000. We have the extra money in our budget. That's not unreasonable. I feel the people in the community would want us behind this. No matter how you feel about wind, solar, everything else, we feel that it's government overreach from top down, and we have local government for a reason, and anybody in local government, I can't imagine not being on board with this. So I think yes, we should, and I think we should contribute the $5,000.
Ditto.
We're not down the line.
I'll let her get caught up, and then I'll be caught up. Okay. I'm gonna say the planning commission spent months of time and money to make our wind solar ordinance fit our township needs. We as a township board approve the money spent for our time and attorney help in that process, so I feel we should spend the $5,000 to help protect these ordinance and the money we've already spent, I mean, it'd be foolish not to protect what we've done for all the time we spent as a
I
planning
agree,
commission, so.
Yeah, that was,
Right.
but what I was gonna add too is that we have a significant vested interest in the outcome of this on a number of fronts. One, there was a lot of controversy about, wind and solar, a couple of years ago, and then, yes, we spent a lot of resources and time and legal fees. And, I think Foster Swift's, as best as anybody in the business, and if this is what they're recommending, I definitely trust them, so. So, I guess I'm looking for a motion, related to this.
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the township attorney to file an appeal or other appropriate legal action to challenge the MPSC's October 10th, 2024 order concerning PA 233 with a spending limit on related legal fees not to exceed $5,000.
Is there support for that?
I'll support it.
Motion has been made and supported. Is there further discussion on this? The only thing I would add is at our next meeting, which right around the corner here, we can make those line item adjustments. The deadline to file this is November 8th, hence why we had to call a special meeting. And we have some people gone next week, so next week wasn't an option either. So, I will make sure we have line item adjustments for the budget. We won't have incurred anything before then, I highly doubt, so we'll, and we have some money left in our legal budget anyway. So that's all I would add, and anybody else, any further discussion? Here, we'll do a roll call. Myers,
Yes.
Rushmore,
Yes.
Imhoff,
Yes.
Burnwald,
Yes.
Clark Hubbard, yes. Motion carries. So I will, contact our attorney Leslie and let her know that the board has, approved this with the spend limit. And, hopefully I'll have another update for you guys at our next regular meeting. Any last comments from the board before we move into final public comment? Okay, we'll open it up to final public comment on any topic.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Is there support?
Support.
Motion's made and supported. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?